Hi, and thanks for checking out this short video. I'm going to walk you through some of the fantastic functionality you can get in this Power BI sample report that looks at financial consolidation and reporting. And just as an introduction at Boardroom CFO, what we're all about is working with finance teams to use the tech that you've already got to get better results and lower your costs. And this is a great example of that. You're probably doing your consolidation and reporting either through Excel or maybe Jet reports if you've got Business Central, or something like Cognos, IBM Cognos. I think this is a superior solution to all of those, and it's something Power BI is something that you're either already paying for, or it's extremely cheap to get. So this is something that gets you better results, reduces your cost with tech that you've already got. So it's a perfect example of what we do at Boardroom CFO. Okay, so let's go into the actual report, and I'll talk you through some of the functionality. If I can get out of this, move over to the report. Okay, and the first thing to notice is, it's got a very clean, nice user interface. Even though this is Power BI, it's not straight into the graphics and the reports. It's got a nice entry sheet. And you're just clicking on these items, and then you can get back to this page by clicking this item on every page that you go to. So let's take a look at the first one, which is by entity. Of course, what we're all about here is looking to bring the financial consolidation into here. So here you can see I've just set up some sample data with 3 entities. Just as an example, but this will work with many entities, and it will work with any ERP that you've got. I actually did this in the structure of a 0 download for each entity, but it will work with anything. So as you can see, you've got a balance sheet by entity, you've got a consolidation, you've got a P&L by entity, you've got a consolidation. We can bring in different ways of doing the elimination entries as well. So that's all very good. Then you've got the drill down facility. So at the moment you can see we're just showing that a relatively high level. But if we want to drill down, if we're in the P&L, we can use these icons here, and you drill down into, and this gives you the GL account level. And then any of these accounts here you can right click on, and then you can drill through to the transactions. So it gets you all the way through to the transactions. And again, this is just sample data, but you'd have the full descriptions coming through reference. And the great thing about Power BI is you can add in subledger information as well. So you can bring in your AR, your AP, if you've got inventory ledgers, whatever other subledgers you're running, you can bring that into this detail so that you're not just looking at what was posted to the GL. So you can get a very instructive view of each transaction. So then we can go back here. It's very easy just to drill up again. You've got filters here which you can on and off. So let's say you only wanted to see the first 2 entities. It's pretty straightforward there. Back on, if you want to change the date that you're looking at, you can see it comes up here. So let's say we just want to look from February, just as an example, then it changes to February there. So all very easy, very straightforward, very informative. And let's remember that this is what we're doing here is we're tying this into an ERP, and then making sure that it updates daily or hourly if you wish. So there's an automatic update here. So you just go into here each day, your information's up to date, and that gives you a fantastic oversight and control over your business. So we've got a balance sheet, very similar. You've got the same drill down facilities, you've got filters, so you can look at it, but here you can look at it by month rather than just a particular position. And then same for the P&L, by month, by entity, whatever you want. Same drill down facilities. Your overhead analysis. I mean, once the data is in here, you can get whatever analysis you want. So this is just a very quick example that I threw together to show how this works. So for example, you could look at, let's say we want to look at personnel costs by month. You could just highlight here. That gives you the run. If you want to do by salaries, then you can control click that as well. So then you've got your salary run. So you can get by slicing and dicing, you can get a good idea of the analysis there. Or if you want to look at what the result was in April, then that gives you April. And again, here you're in a situation where you can drill through to the transactions if need be. So there we go. So that's nice. And then one of the final things is is plans, forecasts, budgets, plans, whatever we want to call them. And this model allows you to put in different versions and then look at your actuals against each version. We can also do version against version, whatever, again, once the data's in, anything can be written. But just to show you how this works, so you see at the moment we're looking at the plan that was on April 21 and the total, and I'm only showing here till the third quarter so you can see how it changes with the filters on, but we're at 1,068,000 there. We go into filters, we can change to the January plan, and you'll see that shows now we're on the January plan and it's changed. It was a little bit low at 1,063 there. So very easy to just compare actuals against plans. Again, you've got all the drill downs here. So yeah. And the one thing that I missed, so let's just go back to the P&L, is that it's very easy to drill down on dates as well. So you see here we're looking at it by quarter. Let's hide the filters as this is going to expand. And then we can go here, we can change this to columns, and then drill down here, and that takes you to month. So the drill facility is very easy to use. So yeah, so look, that was a very quick overview of the functionality you've got. So let's just jump back to the PowerPoint and have a look at how this is done. And this is going to be very high level. And if you're not interested in the tech side, then you can exit now and just get in touch if we can help you in any way. But let's have a look at how this is done. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is get the data into Power Query. Power Query is part of Power BI. For those of you with a technical background, it's basically Microsoft Analyst Services. So what we do is we get the ERP data. We get that automatically linked in, so it refreshes daily. And then we can support that with some static Excel files. So you're not having to look at these Excel files on a daily basis every time you report. It's basically account mapping or your forecasts or your budgets. So they're relatively static and they just supplement the ERP data. So you haven't got to, if the ERP is a little bit clunky in some areas, you can supplement with the Excel sheets, which we're all familiar with producing. Sorry, I'm showing myself all over here. And then the next thing is, this is where the magic happens. This is where the consolidation takes place. So Power Query has some fantastic functionality to allow you to transform and merge data, append data. So you're using functionality that's already in the Power Query solution, and you can supplement that with the M language as well if you want to write a little bit of programming. But most of what you need to do, you can do with the interface that's already within Power Query. And that takes you then into Power BI properly, that we're aware of, and then then you design the report, and here a little bit more magic from some DAX formulas. You can either write those in Power BI or use DAX Studio, and that gives you the dashboard, and then the report. And once you've got the report, it's just a case of publishing it. So you publish it to the web. It goes to the mobile as well. As we said, this updates daily, so you've got all your information to hand on the web and on the mobile. And look, the great thing about this is you have all of this already, or it's very easy. I mean, DAX Studio is free. Power Query comes as part of Power BI. You don't really need, this was everything you've seen here and everything I've done for companies in the past. I've written it so that it's been produced by a finance person who understands the finance side of it, rather than an IT person who will never get the IT, who will never get the finance side so much. So I think what you really need is a finance person who knows what this does and what it's capable of, rather than an IT person who maybe knows every last bit of it but doesn't know how to apply it to what you need in the finance function. Okay, so that was a very quick overview. Didn't want to make it too long. So if you want to get in touch, then here's my contact details. And this is not simple to implement, but it can be implemented without a large investment. It can be implemented quickly. We can have you up and running very, very quickly. And it's non-disruptive. It's data and solutions that you've already got. So it's a great solution. If you're fed up with spreadsheets, if you're fed up with jet reports, or you're fed up with Cognos, then let's have a chat and see if we can help you out. Okay, thanks very much. Bye-bye.